All right, here we have Jon. So all the good things, pretty good extension. You're reaching forward well. Your body position is good. Your hips and legs are riding high in the water and streamlined behind your upper body. And you have a very smooth, sort of efficient stroke. A couple of places for some improvement. The extension. When you see the extension, that's when your hand is forward. If you have space in between your shoulder and your head, then there's room for improvement. So to really maximize your stroke, you want to reach forward or almost overextend or hyperextend, it'll feel like when you first start doing it with each stroke, so that your lat is fully stretched out, as pretty much as far as your lat can stretch. What that does is enable you to grab more water with each stroke. So your extension is pretty good, but there is room for improvement there. If there's a space in between your shoulder and your head when you're fully extended, that's how you can tell. So here you see good rotation, and your legs stay within your streamline, meaning they don't swing side to side. Something you might, and we discussed this when we were doing the swim lesson, when you're looking forward, that does tend to drop your hips slightly, but if you're using a wetsuit, it's not going to matter, because the wetsuit will make your legs more buoyant. So it's just a real minor thing, but you can see how your upper body is slightly higher than your lower body. So with that left arm, you're getting the beginnings of a catch, and then pulling back with more or less a straight arm pull, if you remember that discussion. And then right arm's beginning more of a catch at the beginning. So technically the right arm was a little better catch there. We look at you underwater again after we talked, and then had you get back in, so get another look at that. And then here, the path that you're pulling through the water is fine. You're just pulling straight back, and then your arms rotate under your body as you extend forward with the other arm. That's fine. Nothing wrong there at all. So here's where we had already talked and said, okay, focus on the high elbow catch, early vertical forearm. So you could see some improvement on the left arm. And then that right is also, that's a pretty good catch at the beginning. On both of them, it looks like you get the beginning of the catch, and then the elbow just leads a little bit, or the elbow slips slightly. So you just got to be careful of that as you're swimming along, that you maintain the elbow sort of angling up or pivoting upward, shoulder rotating internally, elbow rotating externally and up, hand and forearm angling down vertical relative to the bottom of the pool. So you're like 85% of the way there on both arms. So you're looking for that last 10 to 15% of technique improvement. Catch-up drill. This is really just one of my favorite drills. It's really good to work on the overextending, what you're doing here. See how much difference that is in the reach that you're getting with this stroke? That's the sort of reach you want to be able to do with your normal stroke, provided the water is flat or mostly flat. Now your timing will be much different, of course, but the extension here you're getting is great. So you two things, you're focusing on the extension and then the underwater catch with catch-up drill. and then some good old one arm drill. This is another one for working the weak side if you have a weak side, as well as working extension, and then just the catch mechanics. So you're not trying to beat the clock or anything with these drills. You're just going for technique improvement, and strength is the other thing you get out of the one arm drill, because it forces you to just use one side. All right, and then next up is that 100 you did for time at the end. You did it in 110 or 111, which is really pretty good. So your goal is going to be maximizing your ability to hold the moderately hard effort for a moderately long time. And I'm not going to talk over this. At the end, there's some screenshots, so I'm going to start talking again there.
For the first lap. For the first 50.
All right, so left arm extension could be a little better. This is every third. Okay, so you see the hand pivoting down, forearm pivoting down a little bit. There you go. That's pretty good right there. Pretty good high elbow catch. And then the elbow leading back a little bit as you pull through the stroke, and then the elbow really tucked in there. So that middle portion is where you need some improvement. Again, good extension, could be a little better. Good high elbow rotation, hand and forearm coming down. That's excellent right there. That's very technically good, and that's a pretty good pull. So that right arm is pulling left better than the left.